All right, easy now, that's clear. All clear, take it away. We got weapons to build.
Organized by gauge, SAE 1008 to 110 for body panels, This here pintle hook is the strongest point on the whole frame. It's built to tow the heaviest loads. High-frequent current heats the bearing surfaces rapidly to 1500 degrees Fahrenheit, followed by an immediate water quench.
As the blanks emerge at 1600 degrees, controlled air cooling ensures a uniform grain structure and prepares the material.
Hoist it up. Watch the line. Clear the spout. She's running hot.
The tumbling barrel, filled with thousands of hardened steel shot, removes the remaining sand and scale.
Observe the precision as the 220 grit stones engage the cylinder wall, rotating at 300 RPM.
The flat-forged crankshaft is heated until cherry red, then clamped into the twisting fixture. Immense torque is applied.
The main journals are ground to a precise 2.49 inches, ensuring an 8 to 12 micro-inch finish.
Here we see the ISI 1040 billet being drop forged in closed dies, creating a strong, lightweight connecting rod with an I-beam cross-section.
All right, take her down easy. Watch the alignment on those grooves.
Looks good, sir. She's settling in now.
The piston assembly is now guided into the bore.
And finally, we torque the connecting rod cap, ensuring it hits precisely 45 foot-pounds for final assembly.
As you can see, the timing marks are aligned, establishing the precise valve timing for the engine's operation.
The bearing races are pressed into the T84 case, followed by the countershaft cluster. The face mill cutter shapes the teeth before the gears are lapped into a matched set, ensuring precision for the transfer case.
The colossal 5,000-ton drop hammer forces the superheated alloy steel into the closed dies, forming the heavy-duty axle structure.
Now the machinist checks the tooth contact pattern.
The worm blank is precisely milled, then rapidly case hardened in the quench. Finally, the threads are ground to exact dimensions for the steering mechanism. After the pour, the casting is rapidly machined on the vertical turret lathe.
The first station blanks the shape, the second forms the arc, and the third punches the necessary holes, completing the brake shoe foundation. The 12-gauge piano-type hinges are securely bolted to the cowl and frame. We use 5/16" pivot pins.
Watch your side, Joe. Lower it steady. All right, she's down. Get the clamps ready.
Here we see the critical marriage of the engine and transmission.
A little to the left. Easy now. Watch the mount back here. All right, slowly down.
Proper alignment is crucial before the muffler is clamped into place. The steel lines are carefully routed to the wheel cylinders, ensuring the flexible hoses are securely connected. We're routing the main harness now, running it along the frame rails for the 6-volt positive ground system, making sure the headlight wiring is forward.
With the bed lifted and positioned, the crew ensures perfect alignment before the heavy bolts secure the rear body to the frame rails.
Verified against ordnance specifications. All checks complete. Accepted.
Shovel, standard issue. Pickaxe, regulation length. Axe, sharp and secured. All present and accounted for per SNL G657.
Slow and steady, watch the edge. All right, bring her to a stop right there.
To ensure the safety of the dock workers, the vehicle must be secured with wooden chocks both front and back.
Every opening must be sealed and the metal coated in cosmoline, preparing this vital equipment for overseas shipment.
Secure that rope on the left.
All right, pull tighter on this side. We need full coverage before the rain hits.
The WC51 begins its journey to the front lines, completing the production journey from raw steel to military service.